So we've just well and truly into the afternoon. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Look, thank you, Mark, so much for emceeing and for keeping our speakers to time. Given the first bell is the 5-minute bell and that's all I have, I should move through. Thanks also to Uncle Ray Davidson for the welcome to country. Thanks to our speakers. We've heard from Vanessa, who set the scene highlighting the Premier's priority to achieve more, better and activated public spaces. For me, the focus on activation, the focus on use was a really critical part of that whole conversation. She highlighted collaboration being a key to success and invited us all to be part of delivering the Premier's priority. So we're all in the noodle soup, the grid, and all of those other metaphors that we use today. Lucy, you gave us such a clear and deceptively simple process for assessing and planning healthy streets for all. And that's not a comment on the process, it's a comment on the lack of simplicity of getting everybody to work together and work towards the one goal. But I think we are here in New South Wales. I think there's a perfect storm. We have a Premier's priority that makes what seemed to me in my role in the Heart Foundation an indigestible problem, trying to solve the whole state. The place-based approach makes the problem potentially digestible, that we can work together and start to solve one thing at a time and learn as we go through that journey. Roderick, cities are systems and systems of systems, also known as noodle soup today. Really important, we need to think about that place-by-place bit, and it really did bring it down to, again, a human scale, and give me, in my role in the Heart Foundation, a really clear way, I think, to think about it. So local government, watch out, we're coming. Elle also highlighted the importance of embedding Indigenous culture into places, and how important that is to the well-being of all Australians. But it just struck me as what a absolutely amazing way to think about our reconciliation journey, and what a beautiful way to actually integrate all of the cultures, because as she put very succinctly and very eloquently, we really do have historically a risk of making Indigenous culture something of the past that we bring into the future, not something that is dynamic, evolving and living and that we can celebrate. Mafanwi and Zoe talked about human-centred design. I think that's the shift today, including taking ideas out to the community to test them so that we invest in the right services for the right people. And through this process, we build resilience into the things that we do and the people that we do them for. It's so encouraging to see a move from just absolute quantitative to something that mixes the qualitative, the emotional, the experiential with the numbers. Katie and Melissa shared the social return on investment in Parramatta, which found for every $1 invested in parks and sports grounds, we get $10 in return, despite what I just said about moving from quantitative to emotional and experiential. That will continue to be important. The place-based thing also allows us to achieve within election cycles, and any of us who work in government or have worked in government or work with government know that's really important to get those runs on the ground. Sarah Stace, walking fundamental to her everyday activities is music to my ears. She's been an incredible champion for active travel. And the idea of champions has emerged today as well. Not just the high-level political champions, which we definitely have, but those champions at every facet, whether it's community, in departments, or through community-based organisations. What are the next steps? Well, each of us need to think about what we can do to measure walkability at a state and local level. There's a few people I know here who are engaged in citizen science. I think walkability could be the next test case for all of us. Those involved in local strategy and planning statements, please think about walking and open space throughout that process. I don't drive. Walking is fundamental to my ability to get around, so do it for me. Next year we have the local government elections. Think about the messages you'll send to your elected officials and community strategic plans that will follow from that. An election always creates that next level of the perfect storm and allows us to move things at a faster pace than we otherwise would, provided that we've been moving slowly, consistently, and with evidence for the 20 years before that. There's lots of opportunity. It's a unique moment. We need to collaborate across sectors to make all these things happen. Looking around the room, I can actually see that that perfect storm is today. I congratulate all of you and encourage you to just keep up the good work. Also want to thank the wonderful staff in the Heart Foundation, Active Living New South Wales, the support of the Ministry for Health. They fund this activity, they're behind it, and they have been for many, many years. Thank you to all of you who made today so tremendous. And I have a small gift for Mark and Lucy to say a particular thank you. Enjoy your lunch.